Dennis Rodman is probably one of my favorite athletes of all time. But he's not known for just his basketball career. He's also known for his fashion choices, his hairstyles, his illustrious reality TV career, and of course, his time in wrestling. During the height of the NWO and WCW, everyone was joining the NWO. I mean, they literally had Mr. Wall Street and the Disciple in the group. But they also had lots of celebrity endorsements for the NWO, and one of them was Rodzilla himself. And because Rodman was super popular at this time as well due to his reputation in the NBA, as well as being on the Chicago Bulls, he not only appeared in WCW as just another member of the group, but as Hollywood Hogan's right-hand man and soon to be a wrestler. I mean, he literally blew off practicing for the NBA Finals to go on Nitro instead and party with the NWO. Now, Rodman's in-ring career did not last long. His first match was in 1997 and his last one was in 2000. According to Cage Match, he's only wrestled 5 matches, which is why I had the idea pop in my head of ranking his 5 matches. Was Dennis Rodman actually an incredible wrestler, or was it a good thing he only did 5 matches and nothing else? It's time to rank these 5 matches from worst to best. Number 5. Lex Luger and the Giant versus Hollywood Hogan and Dennis Rodman on Nitro in 1997. Okay, this by default just has to be last because it's barely even a match. Like, it's barely even a minute before Rodman just waxed the Giant with the world title belt, and soon afterwards the entire NWO was in the ring beating up Luger and the Giant. So it was like a match never even really happened, even though it technically did. It's just it ended extremely quickly. So since nothing actually happened at all, I have no choice but to put a 5 and move on to the next one. Number 4. Dennis Rodman and Hollywood Hogan versus DDP and Karl Malone at Bash at the Beach 1998. Obviously, there's a lot wrong with this match, just down to the participants. The reason this ranks low, though, is because this match just sucks. Apparently, Dennis Rodman showed up to the venue wasted as hell and in no condition to perform, but he did so anyways since they clearly had no clue what they were doing, and yeah, it showed in this match. Rodman looked completely out of it this entire match, as if he was on another planet or something. He was just super sluggish and sloppy the entire time, and it never felt like he got anything right in this match. Couple it up with the fact that this match is a staggering 25.5 minutes, and it's just way too long of a match for Hogan and DDP to try to carry it. I never want to say anything positive about this man, but he at least put effort into this match. DDP and Hogan tried, but this was just too long and Rodman was completely out of it. This being an actual match keeps it out of last place, but it sucked hard. Number 3. Randy Savage versus Dennis Rodman at Road Wild in 1999. For some reason, WCW brought Rodman back in 1999 when the NWO stuff was pretty much unceremoniously dead. WCW was reeking of desperation by this time as they were bringing in numerous celebrities such as Master P, Kiss, and Dennis Rodman, and none of them stuck or left any real significant impact. Randy Savage had reinvented himself at this time with the whole madness gimmick, and while that was pretty fun, Savage was just running on fumes at this point. Neither he or Rodman were at the peak of their stardom, and this feud and match just felt super random. As for the match itself, it's okay. I always hate in these Road Wild events for the thousands of uninterested and racist bikers showing up because it was just free, and this match didn't set the world on fire. It's a pretty slow and kind of boring brawl between the two of them, but they at least worked this style of match instead of trying to execute a bunch of wrestling moves, which neither could really do at this stage. This match does feature a pretty funny spot where Savage puts Rodman in a porta potty and kicks it over, but beyond that, there is nothing too memorable about this match. It's not terrible or anything really, I guess, but it's just kind of boring. It's at least 10 minutes though, so it doesn't drag on or anything, so I think 3 is a perfect placement for this. Number 2. Curt Hennig versus Dennis Rodman and iGeneration Wrestling's Rodman Down Under. So, iGeneration Wrestling was supposed to be like a series of wrestling events held in Australia featuring a bunch of former WWF and WCW talent. And this specific event was titled Rodman Down Under due to Rodman being in the main event. Needless to say, this promotion or whatever this was didn't go anywhere, and that's also after the fact it was released on video in America like months after it actually took place. As for the actual match, it was for the IGW World Heavyweight Championship, and it was an Australian Outback match, meaning anything goes. Kurt Hennig is one of the best in-ring performers of all time, but this match between them was less of a wrestling clinic and more of a brawl. Kind of like the match with Savage, but this was better than that. This just had so much more energy to it, and they kept things pretty simple with the hardcore elements in it, but it was still enough to be pretty passable. The one awful thing about this match though is that it ended in a disqualification after Rodman attacked the referee, but this is supposed to be an anything goes match. So ending it in a disqualification is just BS, and that really sucked a lot. But the actual action of this was much better than the Savage match, so despite the awful finish, I'd still put it in second. And number 1, Lex Luger and the Giant versus Hollywood Hogan and Dennis Rodman at Bash at the Beach 1997. So yes, this was a rematch from their sub 1 minute classic on Nitro. The match was just pure charisma and very little moves. Lots of walking around, staring, posing, and pointing, but the crowd was so hot for this match that the 4 guys in this match literally could just do all that and it would still be insane to watch. Rodman actually did moves in this match and looked good, and it was so funny seeing him do one move and literally everybody freak out. This was a perfectly fine tag team match with a basic formula, and Rodman played his part in this perfectly, just being a cocky jerk that pulled out some real surprises. With the way the crowd was reacting for the whole match, I'm convinced they could all just stand around, do nothing, and still get cheered and booed the whole time. That's just how much pure charisma was in this match, but it was genuinely a pretty fine match altogether, and for me, easily the best match of Rodman's career. So I think this answers the question of whether or not Rodman was secretly an amazing wrestler. He was not, but that's okay. Rodman's time in wrestling was still fun because of his impact on the NWO, making it feel even cooler than it was before. Rodman truly had an insane life that goes beyond just basketball and even wrestling too. From his matches tagging with Hollywood Hogan to his singles brawling matches, he definitely had an interesting in-ring career. If you agree or disagree with my ranking, and if you have any other thoughts on Dennis Rodman in wrestling, let me know down below. Also, let me know what else you'd like to see me talk about on this channel. Like the video, subscribe for more videos, and yeah, thank you for watching.